Hey guys, today's video, Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be my best beauty products of 2016. So this is basically just going to be a video of me telling you my favourite products that I used and found throughout 2016. So I have a range of like beauty products and also a few skincare products that I loved. So I've kind of like broken them down into like favourites, like the foundation, powders, bronzers, stuff like that. I've tried my hardest to narrow it down to like one of each, but that was just too damn hard. So there is a few favourites in some of the categories, not all, but some of them. And I have a feeling that this video might be a long one because I tend to ramble and I can't help it. So pause the video, go get a snack and a drink, and let's get into it. Right, so to kick this video off, I am going to start with makeup first, and then I am going to talk a little bit about skincare after the makeup. So kicking it right off, I'm just going to jump straight in with foundations. The reason I haven't included primers in this little best of like beauty video is purely because I only own like 2 primers. And I don't really use them all the time. I'm more of a just like moisturise my face, go straight to my makeup kind of girl at the moment, just because there's so many different primers out there that I'm not 100% sure which ones I want to try, what's worth the money. So I'm going to do a little bit more like reviewing and researching on primers this year, and I'm going to purchase them just to try out to see if they do actually make a huge difference. The one primer that I have used a lot though is the Hydro Primer, which is, I believe, is by MUA, I think. I do really like that one. I like the consistency of it. It's like a gel, and I like the fact that it's a bit tacky. But I didn't include it in my favourites of 2016 purely because I don't use it every time I do my makeup, so I didn't think that it deserved a spot. So starting off with foundation, I actually have 2 that I wanted to share with you that I have been loving for 2016. The one is actually a repurchase. I purchased this a couple of weeks ago. I haven't actually done a tutorial with it using it yet, but I purchased this a couple of weeks ago even. I found this at the start of 2016 and I really liked it. So the first one is the Bourjois Radiance Reveal Healthy Mix foundation, and it looks like this. So this basically is a healthy glow and flawless complexion. It claims to last up to 16 hours and it is hydrated and luminous skin. So I'm in the shade Light Beige. I think it might just be a tad too dark for me at the minute. But this foundation was definitely one of my favourites for 2016, and obviously still is. I just haven't used it that much. That's why it's like a full bottle, because I only repurchased it a couple of weeks ago. But this is a lovely foundation. I'd say the coverage of this is like a medium to full, but very buildable. Like you can put a nice layer on, and then if you want to build up in any certain areas, you can add a bit more on, and it blends out lovely. And this does last a while. Obviously I haven't tested if it lasted 16 hours, but it does last all day, which is a huge thing for me, because if I'm getting up for work in the morning and I'm putting makeup on, then I like to make sure that it lasts all day till I finish work, which is normally about 8-9 o'clock at night, and I don't want it to be like flaking off and looking minging. So this one has definitely been one of my favourites for 2016 and will continue to be my favourite until I find a new one. I'd probably say this is my favourite like drugstore foundation, because I think it's about $9.99. Don't quote me on that though, because I suck at prices, remembering things. I just like second guessing, but I think it is $9.99, I think. But that was one of my favourite foundations last year. So of course you probably all guessed my second favourite foundation for last year, and that is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick Foundation in the shade Y315. This is only recently a favourite because I only purchased it in Paris in December. But since I bought it, I've been using it non-stop. It is what I'm wearing right now. It is just one of these foundations that I love. I love the coverage, I love the like formula, I love the way it feels on my skin. It literally feels like I've got nothing on my skin. That is why I like it. It blends out really nice. I like the fact that it is a stick and you just like roll it up and whack it on like army makeup and blend it all out. But the colour is like suits me down to a T. It is a perfect colour match. It is amazing. It's just one of my favourite foundations. This is probably on my list for like my favourite foundation of all time. I would have included my NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation in this video, but I think this beats it. Like, I really think this beats it. The coverage, the formula, the way it makes my skin look, so I'm looking in the viewfinder, the way it makes my skin look, I love it. So this was definitely a makeup staple for me, and it will always be. Like, I can't wait to carry on using this. I have got quite a lot left, I think. Got quite a lot left, so, but I will definitely be repurchasing this when I run out, because like I said, it is definitely, probably goes down as my like favourite foundation of all time. So moving on to concealers, I have two concealers to share with you that I've loved throughout 2016. So the first one is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and mine is in the shade Medium Custard. I love this concealer. I love everything about this concealer. I love the colour, I love the applicator, the fact that it's like a doe foot applicator. It literally like glides onto my under eye in like a swipe. It's none of this like going back in and reapplying. It's literally one swipe. Blends out lovely, it doesn't crease on me, makes my under eyes look nice and bright, makes me look nice and awake. So the next concealer that I've loved this year and that I found this year is the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer. This one is in the shade Natural. I also have the shade Porcelain, because I originally bought three. I bought Porcelain, Natural, and then a dark one to like contour, but I didn't like to contour with it. The Porcelain one was hella bright underneath my eyes, but Natural suited me fine. It is a little bit of a different colour when you look at it like that, but when it's blended out onto my skin it looks lovely. Again, the formula is really nice on this. The only thing that pisses me off about this is the fact that it's in like a tube. I gotta keep like squeezing it all, and it goes like flat in the middle from where I'm squeezing it, and it just pisses me off. So I wish that they would like put this concealer in like this container. That would be amazing. So moving on to powder then, I've absolutely loved, and I've probably used it in like near enough all of my YouTube videos, is the RCMA No Colour Powder. I bloody love this. Like, I'm not even kidding you, this is the best damn powder in the world. So I use this mostly for like setting my under eyes, but lately I have actually been using it to set all of my foundation down. I don't think this has like a white cast either, so I don't think it makes me look like washed out or anything. I think that it just sets everything down, it smooths like everything out, my skin looks like flawless. I love it. I also use this to like bake, so when I'm like highlighting, I will like set loads of it down to there, and if I contour I'll set it by here as well, and then leave it, and then I like blend it off. I don't normally do that because I don't always contour, because quite frankly I suck at contouring. Like, my face is just a funny like face shape, my cheeks are a bit uneven, so like where my contour would be uneven, but that's another story. Like, there's no point getting into that now, and I'm like talking super quick, I need to breathe. But this is just the most perfect powder. I just love it. But again, I wish they put it in different packaging, because this tube bottle style just doesn't work. It doesn't work because like you lift the lid up, and obviously it looks like that. So then you're gonna like keep closing it, like tip it upside down to get like more powder by you, and it just pisses me off. Like, it really pisses me off. So like I always, let me just shut that. So I always like unscrew it and then tip it into the lid, but then when I need to put it back into the pot, it just never goes in properly, and then I just end up with powder everywhere. So I really wish that they would come out with more suitable packaging, just because this is annoying. But again, for the price you can't go wrong. I think I paid £8.99 for this from Guru Makeup Emporium back last year, and I love it. It is just amazing. And I think for £8.99 as well, you do get 3 ounces worth of product, and that is like a hella big tub. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've had this, I bet, since May last year, April last year, if not sooner, and I've literally used that much. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't use makeup every day, don't, you know, quote me on that. That's not using it every single day since last year, but I mean, that's using it a couple of times a week and I've hardly made a dent in it. So moving on to bronzer, I had to narrow this down between two. This is the one that I've been using in all of my makeup tutorials lately, as well as like going out, nights out, makeup, all stuff like that. And it is the MUA bronzer in Sunkissed Bronze. This is just the perfect bronzer for me. It is the perfect colour, it blends out amazingly, it lasts, it doesn't go patchy, like it just adds the perfect amount of bronze to my face. Like my hair and like my forehead, everything just looks natural. It doesn't look overly bronzed. It's not like an orange undertone, so it doesn't look like, like you've got loads of bronzer on. It doesn't look like nothing like that. It's just the perfect colour, the perfect bronzer, obviously the perfect price. Like this is a drugstore brand and I think this is probably like £2 something, I don't know. I did a 5.7 grams. Is that right? I don't know. But this is one of my favourite bronzers. This is the one that I've been using all the time lately. I'm surprised that I haven't hit pan, but my little logo is rubbed off. But yeah, this is definitely my favourite bronzer of all time at the minute. I've got loads of other bronzers in my drawer, but I always keep grabbing for this one. But this one definitely deserved the spot as my favourite bronzer for 2016. So moving on to blush then, there is one blush that I found last year that I absolutely love now, and I've used it quite a lot. And I would say it's a drugstore one because I think it's only about £6.99, £7.99, if that. It might be even a bit cheaper. I can't remember prices off the top of my head because I suck at it. And it is the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. This is just the perfect like peachy, glowy blush. It's not like a matte blush. It got like a sheen to it, like a satin. Whoa, like a satin type sheen to it. Can you see? I don't know if you can see, guys, it's like there. But it is the perfect like satin sheeny blush. It is the perfect colour. I think it goes with like every type of makeup look. I think it just warms up your cheeks naturally without it being too noticeable that you've got like blush on. And like I said, with the sheen, I just think it gives you a nice like healthy glow, and I think it makes your skin look amazing. So that was definitely one of my best blushes that I found for 2016. And obviously I think I'm gonna love it for 2017 anyway, because I just think it is the perfect colour, perfect formula, blends lovely, melts into my skin, and it just finishes the makeup look off when you apply it. So moving on to highlighter then, there is one highlight that I've been absolutely loving in the year of 2016, and it is the Becca and Jaclyn Hill collab. I've used both of these, but I also have a single champagne pop because I bought it before this palette came out, and I've used it loads, like loads and loads. I've used it in loads of tutorials. I rave about it all the time. I think it was in one of my favourite videos, but it is just the perfect highlighting shade in the world. Prosecco Pop is literally one of my favourites as well, but I tend not to use that as much because it was limited edition and I don't want to buy this palette again just for one shade, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to prolong that a little bit, but I have made a little bit of a dent in it. But I'm trying to prolong the use of that one, just because, like I said, I like it so much. I don't want it to run out and then I'm not able to get it again. But Champagne Pop was definitely by far my favourite highlighter of 2016. I used it loads of people complimented me on it when I wore it. It is like pigmented as hell. The formula is amazing. It just makes like highlight bang on. It is just perfect. I love it that much that when we went to Paris, Talia used this palette as well, and we actually went into Sephora and she bought this Jaclyn Hill palette because she loved Champagne Pop so much as well. As for the blushes, I haven't really used, I used this once and it was a little bit too pigmented for me. It was a little bit too bright. I've used that a few times, but Rosé Spritz, which is this one on the end, got as well, is a beautiful blush that I've used quite a lot in 2016. It is one of these blushes with like, I would say it's more of a like iridescent-y type sheen to it. It's quite reflective and it, like, when you look at it, I don't know if you can tell like, but it's just, it's nice and sheeny, like really reflective, and I loved that. Also I just love the packaging as well. Like, this is one of the prettiest packaging palettes I own. I just love it. But Champagne Pop was definitely 100% hands down the best highlighter that I had in 2016, and I love it. Like, I will probably continue to love it until I run out and I can't get it anymore. Oh, actually, they're making this, I think the single ones are like permanently. I don't know, I hope so, because if I run out of Chamois Pop, I literally don't know what I'm going to do. Like, it's just hands down the best highlighter ever. So moving on to the eye area, for brows, my favourite product was the Freedom Eyebrow Pomade in Chocolate. I used to be more of a powder type gal, but then I tried this because I wanted to try the Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade, but I didn't want to pay that much money because I'd heard a lot of people talking about it drying out really quickly, and I didn't want to pay that type of money for that product if that is what I was going to do. So I found this one in the drugstore and it was a couple of quid, so I bought it and I love it. Don't get me wrong, this does dry out and it dries out quite quickly, but I just use like a little eye primer, like a liquid eye primer, and I drop a little drop in, give it a little mix, and then I apply it and it's fine. But I think this is like the perfect colour for my hair. It's not too dark, it's not too light, it matches really well. This is in the shade Chocolate. I don't know if I said that already, but it's just like your basic pomade. The consistency is the same. I think it blends up really well, lasts you a hell of a long time. Like, I've had this since June last year perhaps, if not before, and I've like barely made any dents in it. But that is my favourite brow product that I've loved last year. Like I said, I did used to be a really big powder girl, which I still am. I have a few like brow palettes, but I just love this. This one is just quick, easy, perfect. So moving on to my favourite eyeshadows. Now, this one has been mentioned in hundreds of these videos that I've watched, but with good reason. It's because it is such an amazing palette. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. This palette is literally everything you would need in a palette. It is just bomb AF. So you open it up and you get 14 shades. I've made little dents in a lot of them, apart from this one. I haven't used that one for some reason. Or that one. How odd. But this palette is such a versatile palette. You can literally use it for day looks, for night looks, anything. It is just amazing. It's the only palette I found that I really like the reddy shades as well. They are not like too much of an intense red that makes it look like you've got like a bruised eye. They are just a lovely shade. But this palette just rocks my socks. It is amazing. Blendability, A1, colours, A1, pigmentation, spot on. Just amazing. It lasts all day, it doesn't fade. I have two other Anastasia palettes. I have the Self-Made and the World Traveller palette, and this is hands down the best palette out of all of them. I like the fact that it comes with a mirror as well. I like the packaging. It just looks all really, it's just amazing. You did have a free brush with it as well, but my brush is somewhere in my brush pot. I don't really know where. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favourite palettes. It was really hard to narrow it down, but it came down to this one and my Makeup Geek ones. Now, I love my Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I love the fact that I made the little palette to my liking, and I love all of those shades as well. And I really, really like the Manny MUA palette. That was one of my favourite palettes before I found this as well. But I've just got to be honest, and I had to narrow it down, and this was definitely my favourite palette of 2016. Anastasia just killed it with this palette. It was the best palette that they released last year from a lot of makeup brands. I think this just squished them all, to be perfectly honest. I just love it. So for eyeliner then, I've got one liquid liner and one pencil eyeliner that I want to talk about. The liquid one is the NYX Vinyl Liquid Liner in black. I just love this liner. I love the fact that it's nice and thin, like in consistency. It applies really well. The brush is like lovely and thin. It is just like perfect for like a winged liner. The only downfall that I have with this is that if I put too much, if I'm doing like a wing, and I go back and thicken it up or darken it up, if I put too much on, it cracks a little bit. Now, I don't know if that's to do with the formula or whether that is just purely because my eyes are quite wrinkly for some stupid reason, that it like crinkles the eyeliner and it cracks, which it probably is just my eyes. But that is the only con that I have about this liner, apart from the fact that I just love it. It is my favourite liner of the year. I used to like the pen eyeliners. I used to think that I could get a bit more like precision from a pen eyeliner, but since using this has definitely taken over my love for the pen eyeliners. I just love it, and I haven't found one that I think is as good as this one. I tried the Milani one, but the nib of that is hard and it doesn't like flow, whereas this, I just feel like you can get the perfect wing. I just think it's perfect. So on to pencil eyeliners then, the ones that I absolutely loved last year is the Zoeva Graphix eyeliners. I bought the big box that you would have seen in one of my haul videos last year. I bought the big box of all the colours, but these are just amazing. I'd say they're like a gel. They're like a gel pencil because they literally just like don't come off. They honestly don't come off. If I put this on with a makeup look and I go to get my makeup off later on in the night, I am rubbing my eyes with micellar water for a good 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Whereas normally like other eyeliners I can just wipe off, be done, it's gone. But these stay put all day. They stay put in the waterline, they stay put in the tight line. You can like smoke it out, they will be jet black. But I would recommend, do not use these as like a base if you was going to do like a black eye or like something like that you would need a black base. Do not do this. It would be really hard to get off because like I said, they're these types of eyeliners that just stay put. They don't want to move, they don't want to budge. But that's what I like. I hate the fact that like, especially on a night out, if you've got like eyeliner in your waterline, I hate the fact that you have to go like into the toilet, reapply your eyeliner. It just pisses me off. I want one that's going to just stay black, stay dark, stay smoky, on your way, crack on. And this one definitely does this for me. They're literally the best eyeliners that I've tried, and I can guarantee that I'll be using them as well for the rest of 2017, if not the rest of my life. So my favourite mascara was the Covergirl SuperSizer mascara. I found this last year and I loved it. Like, it is just amazing. I love the fact that the wand is like twisty and thin, so like when I put it on I like roll the wand as well, and it really like, you know, makes my lashes look nice and big. But yeah, it is just a lovely mascara. The wand is nice and thin, it gets right into the roots of the lashes to like lift them up when they're curling and when you're applying it, and it is true to its word, SuperSizer. Like, it does make your lashes appear a lot longer, makes them a little bit thicker, and yeah, it's really cheap as well. I bought mine off Amazon because I couldn't find a store online that does Covergirl in the UK. I think there is now, but I can't remember what it's called. But I bought mine off Amazon and it was fine. Like, a lot of people say don't buy like stuff off Amazon and eBay makeup wise, but this was fine. It never affected my eyes. My eyes were never, you know, didn't have a reaction or anything. But it is definitely one of the best mascaras that I've used, and definitely one of my favourites throughout the year last year. So moving on to lips, it was just too damn hard to like single lip products to like one. So I do actually have 8. No. 3, 6, yeah, I do have 8 to share with you. Just because I'm a lip lover, I like hoard lipsticks and liquid lipsticks and lip glosses and stuff like that. So better jump straight into it. So I have 5 Colourpop items to share with you. 1 Beauty Bakerie, 1 Jeffree Star and 1 Jouer. So jumping straight into the Colourpop ones. There are 5 of my favourites that I found last year. So last year was the year that Colourpop started shipping to the UK, which was amazing for us UK gals. So the first one that I absolutely loved was the Colourpop Lippie Stix in Aquarius. And then the 4 others, I have the Ultra Matte Liquid Lip in Times Square, the Satin Lip. All my like writing I've completely wore off these. I think this is Satin in 0.0, which is another Kathleen Lights collab. The Ultra Matte Lip in Lumiere 2, another Kathleen Lights one, oh, and another Kathleen Lights one, and the Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip in ALYSSA. So basically, oh my god, I just realised all of these, apart from Times Square, is like Kathleen Lights collabs, but she makes so many good colours, like they're amazing. So I'll just give you a quick swatch of all of the ones that I've been loving. So this one is Aquarius. See, and it is just like the most perfect like pinky beige nude type of lip colour. Then we'll swatch Times Square. Like, it looks quite dark, but it's a bit odd. Like, it looks dark, but it's more of like a rosy nude, I'd say, do you know what I mean? And I just, oh, I love it. It's just bloody beautiful. And then the next one is 0.0. This is more of like your greyish brown, and I love that. It's like a nice grungy colour. It's just beautiful. Then next up we have the 2 pink ones. So we have Lumiere, which looks like this, and this is like your dark dusky like mauvey colour, and it's just stunning. This is definitely one of my like all-time favourite ones ever anyway. And then the next one is ALYSSA, and this is a satin, and this is just slightly lighter than Lumiere. It's a bit more on the pinky rosy pink side rather than like the dusky mauvey colour side, you know. These are definitely my staple colours. I love the nudes, I love the greyish nudes, I love the mauves, the pinky mauves, the like purpley mauves, but like the really dusky colours, I don't like them bright and I don't like them too dark. I like the dusky colours. I'm a sucker for a nude lip, I say it in every video. I've always opted for a nude lip over a dark lip, just because I think some dark lips completely wash me out. My favourite formula are the Ultra Satin lips from Colourpop. I love the matte ones. Some of them I think can be a little bit more drying than the others. I don't know why, but I just feel like sometimes some can be a bit more comfortable than other ones that I've got. Ultra Satin is just the perfect formula for me, I think. It like dries down, but it doesn't dry down obviously too matte. It's still got that like satin feel to it. It's comfortable, it lasts, I just love it. The Ultra Satin lip is definitely my all-time favourite formula. But these four were my staple colours for 2016 from Colourpop, and like I said, it was just too hard to pick my favourite, so I had to include them all. Another all-time favourite for me for 2016 was the Beauty Bakerie Lip Whip in Fortune Cookie. These do not budge, like literally. You cannot get these off the makeup wipe. It needs to be with the Lip Bakerie like removal pads, just because I've tried it and tried it and tried it with a makeup wipe, and it just don't come off. Like they just don't ever want to come off. They'd stay. So just give you a quick little swatch of what Beauty Bakerie in Fortune Cookie looks like. This is just a like my lips but better like nude colour, and it is that one by there. I just love it. It just looks amazing and I love it. It is one of my favourite nudes of all time. It lasts ages, dries down lovely, doesn't dry my lips out. The only thing is just a nightmare to get off. So the other two products that I've been loving for lips is the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lips. This is in the shade Celebrity Skin. This was one of my favourite nudes for the whole of 2016, and it is still one of my favourite ones. It is just beautiful. It is such a nice shade. Excuse my little lump, little bob the bump. But yeah, that is that. That is another one of my favourite lip products for last year. Now the last lip product that I have to talk about is the Jouer Lip Topper in Skinny Dip. Oh my god. If you haven't got this, you need to get it. So I bought this because I seen Manny anyway, tutorials, everybody raving about it, and I wanted it, so I bought it. I'm so glad I did, because it is literally bomb AF. Like, oh my god. The reflect in this is just stunning. Yeah, like look at that. It's beautiful. It is the perfect like champagne gold reflective like lip topper. I wouldn't say it's more of it's like a gloss, because it's not glossy. It's just, oh, I just love it. It was just my favourite. I'm on the waiting list to get Frostbite. Is it Frostbite? Or the new one, the like iridescent one. I'm on the waiting list on Cult Beauty to get that. So as soon as they're in stock, I'm purchasing it, because this was amazing. I wore it in so many tutorials, I wore it in so many days out. I wore it alone once or twice, but it is a little bit too like reflective-y, sparkly, shimmery for me to wear it on my own, I think. But it is the perfect lip topper for any type of colour. I love it. Hands down, I love it. So that was it for the makeup portion of this video, so I'm going to jump straight into the skincare portion. There's only 3 things that I wanted to talk about in this part. So the first one I want to talk about is a cleanser. This is a second bottle of mine, because I love it so much. This is the nip+fab Glycolic Cleansing Fix. This stuff is amazing. It is drugstore, it is a good price, but it feels a lot but it feels a lot more like high-end. It feels a lot more luxurious. It looks quite liquidy when you shake the bottle, but when you start like rubbing it into your fingers to rub it onto your skin, it just goes into like this like my god, my voice. This creamy like gel consistency, and it just feels really thick and like luxurious, and it's just amazing. I use this after I get my makeup off, so I get my makeup off with a makeup wipe first and my makeup off with a micellar water, and then I will go in with this and cleanse my face just to get off any remaining dirt, makeup, grime, whatever, and it just does the job perfectly. It is a really good cleanser. Like I said, this is my second bottle, and I'm halfway through this one as well, just because I love it so much. I haven't found a cleanser that I've loved as much as this yet. It's amazing. So the next up in skincare is the Body Shop Oils of Life Intensely Revitalizing Facial Oil. This stuff is amazing, and I also use this with the Oils of Life Intensely Revitalizing Cream. Now, I've talked about these in a favourites before. These are relatively new. I had a new box for Christmas, but they're amazing. I don't always put this one on first after I've cleansed and everything, and I put a few little drops onto my skin, with the dropper, and massage that in, leave that set for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I go in with the cream. This moisturiser is honestly, I'm not even kidding you, like the best moisturiser in the history of moisturisers. It is so thick and like luxurious and creamy and moisturising, just beautiful. Like, it just literally rubs in like a dream, blends away like a dream, but it doesn't like I've tried a few before where I put them on and like after 10-15 minutes it feels like nothing's on my skin. I hate that in moisturisers. I like to be able to feel it. I want it to be rich, I want it to be luxurious, I want my skin to feel hydrated and moisturised. I want it to feel like there's something on my skin. This does the job to a T. It is perfect. It smells like a spa. It's just stunning. This as well is amazing. Like I said, that melts into your skin, blends in lovely as well, and I just feel like it smooths. You can always tell, like, when I've used this the next day as well, my skin just feels amazing. Everything is just so soft. It's like a baby's bum. It is beautiful. So if you are looking for a really good duo, skincare duo combo, then I would definitely recommend these two. They were the best things that I tried last year. My skin, I just felt, looks a lot smoother. Everything, I just love it. So I definitely would recommend those. So that is it, guys. That is the Best of Beauty 2016 video complete for myself. These are all the products that I really loved in 2016 that I thought were amazing, that I love, I would repurchase, I think are worth the money, all that. They were the products that I loved. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and click that little subscribe button down below if you aren't already. Also, next to the subscribe button is a little bell. If you click on the bell, this just means that you will be notified whenever I upload a video, which is every Wednesday and Sunday. Don't want you to be missing any of those. But that's all I wanted to say, so thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you're having a fantastic week, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! Right, so starting off with the foundations, but since I purchased it, I can't talk. But since I purchased it, was definitely going to be my favourite. Like, this one definitely, but this one definitely deserved. So on the pencil liners, no, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. Yeah? Hold on!